interesting because it has a lot of combinations of creativity and problem solving. So there is this big aspect of you get to solve major issues and create ways that can improve people's lives. But in doing that, you have to employ a lot of artistic design, and I am a big science and math nerd, so I like that I get to do that too. But it's nice because it's not just the math or the pure science. It's also got this creativity aspect where you have to find an efficient way to solve problems.
What really is special and interesting to me about engineering is that through a process, I am able to help others and solve issues.
What I find interesting about engineering is taking a problem and finding creative and new ways to find a solution to that problem, especially if it's a problem that people haven't really figured out the answer to yet. Maybe there isn't one specific way to solve it, and working with a group of people in a collaborative environment to solve that problem.
I've been volunteering a lot at the Tellus Museum, and one of their exhibits we got a new floating exhibit, but it had a lot of engine design and how that works. So one of the things that I've been working on is learning how to study the way that an engine works and the way that machines work together, without being told, here's what it does, and sort of having to work backwards to figure out how something works. And I think that's going to help going forward with trying to define new ways to make things work without looking at a finished product. So I think having the skill of being able to see where something fits together and how it does what it does is really helpful for engineering in the future.
When it comes to the skills that I've learned from engineering, I find them in every aspect of my life now. Through the engineering design process, I've learned to see a problem, come up with a solution, and test it, and to be able to ask for help from others. And I've also learned that while oftentimes people will overdo a solution to an issue, I enjoy finding the simplest way to solve it. So rather than making it something intense and complex, I want to make it simple and understandable.
I've learned how to be a better member of a team, how to work with others better. We did the teams competition last year, and it just we had to trust each other. No, I can't do all of this work. I need to know who's going to be the best at what. How much can I do? I have to communicate with my team. I've done this much, I can do more. I can't take any more work. And I think that's really helped me learn how to be a better team worker.
One of the big ways that SWENext helped develop my interest in engineering is through the teams competition and participating in not only research but also small build designs, where it's not something that I have to spend 2 months building this huge project. It is a smaller scale research endeavor that helps you see what your smaller goals are, but you still have the opportunity to build and create something.
SWENext helped me realize that mechanical engineering was the branch that I wanted to pursue. I have been able to make connections, and it also helped me with my college decision eventually because I knew that I wanted to join a school that had a SWE organization, because I didn't really know what I would do going from an all-girls school to a male-dominated career, and I wanted to know that I had a safety net to fall upon. And having SWE and being introduced to it my freshman year at SWENext, and even being introduced to the NEXT organization, which helps engineers for the coming years, and through the SWE organization that encourages women in fields of engineering, it was really encouraging to have that group and almost sisterhood again, and know that I wouldn't be lost when I go off to college.
Well, my dad is a civil engineer, and my entire life I was never interested in engineering because his line of work just seemed boring to me. He has an office job. I never wanted to do that. But I've really learned that there's so much more to engineering than just designing power plants or dams or just sitting in an office. And for example, we had a speaker this year and she worked for a startup. And I don't know if I necessarily want to work for a startup, but it was just interesting to hear from someone who just worked for just such a different job than my preconceived notion of what an engineer is. It really opened my eyes.